I married the love of my life 6 months ago. But during a road trip, I found "I love you" text to a teenage girl on his phone. I'm shattered and trapped in the car with him for 6 more hours. I don't know what to do. Please, I need advice. I am absolutely shaking right now. My husband is 34 and I am 26. We have known each other for 3 years and have gotten married 6 months ago. He is perfect and everything I could have asked for. These past years, I thought I had been living the dream, but now everything has fallen apart. 2 hours into our road trip, my husband decided to take a stop at a gas station and get us some snacks. I stayed inside the car and was waiting for him until I noticed he got a notification from Instagram. This surprised me because he was always adamant on never wanting to get Instagram. I opened up his phone and decided to check what it was. Upon opening it, I found messages with a teenage girl. I only saw a couple of them, but they consisted of, "I love you. I can't wait to see you again," and him sliding on her stories, saying she looks beautiful. I clicked on her profile and it was obvious she was a teenager, somewhere around 14 to 16. The fact he was cheating on me didn't even register in my brain, and it was more so the fact that he was texting these things to someone underage. I did not have the chance to look further because he came back within 10 minutes. I don't know what to do. I am terrified, betrayed, and disgusted. I am stuck with him for 6 more hours and he's noticing I am acting weird. I don't want to confront him on the road, and I feel like these hours are driving me crazy. I need to vent and need some support or something. Best comments. When you get the phone again, screenshot as much of it as you can and text it to yourself. Delete the screenshots as well as the deleted images in the Photos app and the text. Compile this and email Instagram support. Tell them everything you know about him, including make and model of phone, and where he would be logging in from geographically. They should be able to take it from there. They have teams internally that will make sure the authorities are involved. These actions are criminal. I'm sorry you are going through this. It is probably safer to make a plan to leave ASAP and don't confront him directly. Thank you so much for this reply. The next time we make a stop, I will be sure to do this. I'm terrified it will turn into a whole "she said, he said" story, and I want the facts straight. I also want to make sure I know this girl's information to help her, so he doesn't get away from it. When you're safe, make a report. This is illegal behavior. But first, make sure you're somewhere familiar that you can control. Go home now if you can. Do not listen to any of the advice given to you. Unfortunately, you'll have to suck it up until you guys get to where you're going. I'm assuming you'll be at a hotel. Wait for him to go to the bathroom, possibly even to sleep. Take his phone. Go somewhere safe and contact the police. Screenshots mean nothing as they can be manipulated. Then go back home, file for divorce, get a restraining order, and sell the house. Thank you so much. I definitely don't want to confront him, but time is eating me alive. He is trying to be lovey and hold my hand, and it's so hard to pretend. Thank you for your offer of support. I just need to let everything out. Update number 1. 2 hours after the last update. I want to thank everyone for the replies and support. I have been faking being sick just to get him off my back as to why I am not holding his hand or be affectionate with him. I know I should go along with it and pretend for my sake, but I physically can't bring myself to. I am going to try to take a nap as we have about 4 hours left to go. Truly taking everyone's advice to heart, and thank you for everyone taking your time. I just need to rest my brain before I do something I regret. Thankfully, we are on a trip to see my parents, so after these hours I will truly feel safe. Update number 2. 10 hours after the last update. First, I want to thank everyone for the support and advice they gave. Like I said in my previous post, I just fell asleep during the car ride and told him I felt sick. We were heading to my parents' house, and I really wanted to be by them. However, within 45 minutes, my husband woke me up and told me he found a nearby hotel for us to stay in. He said he was worried about me and wanted me to rest in a real bed, and he also bought medicine for me. At this point, I was freaking out because now I was in an unfamiliar area, and he was being extra clingy. Once we got in the room and we laid down, he kept cuddling me and giving me kisses. It made me feel sick, and so I left to go to the bathroom. I stayed in the bathroom for about an hour. I scrolled through everyone's comments and kept pacing myself about what to do. I knew my husband was growing concerned because he kept checking on me. After I left the bathroom, he looked so worried and I just needed to let everything out. I know the number one advice given was not to confront him, and I know it probably was a horrible move, but I couldn't take it. I told him I found his messages on Instagram. He immediately started apologizing and saying he wanted to tell me sooner but couldn't find the time. He was apologizing, but not as intensely as what he could have done. So, I confronted him about that and said, "What a lousy apology coming from a PDF." He stopped talking right away. He didn't say anything for a few seconds, and then he asked me what I was talking about. I told him, and he looked so hurt. He took a deep breath and explained everything. He said the person I looked through his messages with was his 15-year-old daughter, Sarah. He explained that she reached out to him a year ago on Facebook, and ever since he was trying to connect with her. He said within 6 months he confirmed he was the father, met up with her a bunch of times, and truly formed a strong connection with her. However, 6 months ago we got married and he didn't want to stress me out with that news, as well as his daughter not being ready to face others. He also explained that when he was 18, he had an on and off relationship with Sarah's mom when one day, she just left and ghosted him forever. According to Sarah, her mom is also strict, which is why they message on Instagram to avoid her mom finding out right now. My mind was spiraling, and I knew he knew that. He then placed his phone into my hand and let me scroll further. Upon scrolling, I found her referring to him as Dad, and she sent him a happy Father's Day a while back as well. He even said he would do another DNA test to prove it to me. I immediately felt guilty. I feel guilty that my immediate mind took innocent texts and turned them inappropriate, and I felt guilty that I saw my husband in that way. I kept apologizing to him about the accusation. However, my husband just apologized and said he understood my point of view and told me it wasn't my fault. I kept trying to tell him I was sorry, and he kept saying it was okay. I can see the look in his eyes though, and I can see how hurt he really is. He said we should both just get some sleep and talk more later. To be honest, I can't fall asleep as I feel just disgusted with myself. About his whole secret daughter, it doesn't bother me so much. Maybe because it's miles better than the alternative. But I understand the situation and am happy for my husband because he wants kids desperately, but we have decided to wait 2 years to grow our marriage. I feel as if right now I flushed everything down the drain and have no clue how to make things better. Edit number 1. To answer some common questions or concerns. To the people who think my husband sucks for not telling me earlier, he acknowledged that it was wrong and, through his apology, I understand why he did it. I am slightly hurt. However, if I put myself in his shoes, revealing a secret daughter would be hard and difficult. I don't take it as he doesn't trust me, more of it's a delicate situation to bring up. To the people who think I suck for invading my husband's privacy and making rash assumptions. Yes, that is horrible of me and I take full accountability. Update number 3. My husband woke up an hour ago, and we had a huge discussion. Like many of you guys stated, I was in the wrong by jumping to that conclusion instead of trusting my husband and talking to him immediately. I also should not have snooped. Although he felt hurt, my husband understood why I jumped to that conclusion and forgave me. He is still hurt. I could see it in his eyes, but he understands why I did what I did. Afterward, he apologized for his lies and hiding away a daughter for him. He acknowledged I should have known about his daughter before we got married. However, he knew how important my wedding was and didn't want to place more stress. I don't blame him for not telling me before our wedding because this isn't a deal breaker for me. I would understand, and doing it before our wedding would cause stress. I do, however, wish he told me sometime later, but I can forgive him because the situation is difficult. Best comments. Time for counseling. This is going to be a lot. A hidden child and an accusation to be a PDF. The counselor is going to spend a lot of time with these two.